Hi folks, my name is Ali D'Andrea. Welcome back to another episode of Source to Smoke. Tonight I am grilling up something absolutely delicious. This is a chunky elk chili. You're gonna wanna see this one. I have some beautiful top round chunks of elk meat that make this chili so hearty and delicious. I can't wait to share this recipe with you, so let's jump right into it. All right, to get started, we are going to prep some of our ingredients. I'm starting by dicing up 2 small yellow onions, as well as 1 very large jalapeno pepper. And if you don't like heat, feel free to omit the jalapeno. Then I'm peeling 4 cloves of garlic. Now it's time to mix up our spices, and this is what's going to give the chili its fabulous flavor. And there are a lot of spices in this, so buckle up. I'm first adding 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of cumin, 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, a half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of oregano, half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. This is another one that you can omit if you don't like spicy, and half a teaspoon freshly ground black pepper. Mix that all up and then give it a taste. You're just trying to make sure that all of the flavors are balanced. I noticed that I didn't have enough chili flavor, so I added a little more chili and then we were good to go. Next, we're gonna get to work on our beautiful elk top round roast. The elk top round is about 3 or 4 times bigger than a whitetail top round roast. So this is actually just a small section of what was a much bigger top round roast. The way that we are cutting up this top round roast is what makes this the chunky chili. Now, typically chili is made using ground meat, but I'm going to cut this top round up into beautiful little cubes. That's gonna make our chili nice and chunky and hearty. This is our beautiful elk top round in the flesh. All I did was dry it off with a couple paper towels. This top round is perfect for our chunky chili tonight because it's a little more tender. It'll only be simmering on the grill for about an hour, which means the cut of meat that you choose can't have a whole lot of tendons and silver skin and all kinds of stuff that would need a longer cook time to really break down. As you can see, this is just one beautiful hunk of meat without any silver skin running through it, and it's so incredibly lean because it is elk. So we are going to chop this up into nice chunky cubes, and then we'll season it up with some of those beautiful spices that we mixed together earlier. Look at how amazing these little cubes of elk look. So now it is time to fire up our grill. Tonight I am cooking on the Oklahoma Joe's Bronco grill. And I'll start by lighting up some charcoal briquettes, waiting until they get white hot and the smoke starts to run a little bit thinner. And then I'll dump that in and allow the grill to heat up to around 250 to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. The thing with grilling is you can't replace that flavor with anything else. Like, the flavor that comes from the grill is so unique to actually grilling over charcoal or live fire, and that's what's gonna make this chili so amazing. While the grill is heating up, we are going to get going on the chili right here on the stove top. I preheated a cast iron pan, added a little bit of olive oil, and added all of our elk to the cast iron. It smells good instantly. Now we're going to let this sear. So I tried to push everything out so that it's in one even layer, and I keep adjusting the heat a little bit to make sure I'm hearing a nice strong sizzle the whole time. Then I'll use my tongs, flip over each piece. I just want to make sure there's a nice brown crusty sear on all sides of the meat. Then we'll set that aside. Now to that same pan with all of the juices and brown bits still at the bottom of the pan, I'm adding in our diced onion and diced jalapeno with a little bit more olive oil, and I'm allowing that to cook down. I turned the heat down a little bit. Now we're at like a medium heat, and I just want these onions to start to soften the peppers to soften, and I want to start to see a little bit of golden browning start to happen on the onions. Then we'll add our garlic. I'm mincing it right into the pan, and the garlic only needs about 30 seconds. You have to be very careful when adding fresh garlic to a hot pan. It burns really easily. So after about 30 seconds, I'm then going to deglaze the pan with some beer. Then I'm adding 2 cans of tomato sauce, 1 can of diced tomatoes, the secret ingredient of this chili, which is a block of dark chocolate. This particular block of dark chocolate happens to be 70%. Give that a good stir, then add your meat back to the pan. And finally, we're adding in 1 can of pinto beans and 1 can of red kidney beans. Give everything one final stir, and don't forget to add in the remainder of that seasoning mix. Now we'll take this out to the grill and allow it to cook anywhere between 250 and 300 degrees Fahrenheit. The goal is for this to simmer the entire time. You don't want it to come to a boil. You want it to be at a nice, soft simmer. See how that is thickened up really nicely? That's exactly the consistency that I want to see from this chili. This is ready to go. This is exactly what I mean when I say chunky chili. We have the chunks of meat. We have a nice thick sauce. The chili came off the grill looking thick and gorgeous and wonderful. I topped it with a little bit of shredded cheddar cheese, and now it is time to dig in. I love how thick and hearty this is. Having these giant chunks of elk meat is so fun. Okay, I've got a chunk of elk, I've got some jalapeno, I've got the beans, I can see some tomato, I'm trying to get some cheese on there too. Let's dive in. Cheers. Oh yeah, oh yeah, that has awesome flavor. The elk bites are chunky. You know, I think it's actually, funny enough, it's chunky chili, but the chunks are like too big for my mouth. There we go. That looks good. I'm going to devour the rest of this. I know my cameraman is hungry too. So that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. For more Source to Smoke videos, you can check out Oklahoma Joe's YouTube channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.